So, what is the secret to being happy? It's a question we've all asked ourselves, right? Well, today we're going to explore a really simple but powerful answer.
But first, let's be real. Why does it feel so difficult sometimes? Have you ever had that feeling that true lasting happiness is always just a little bit out of reach? Yeah, it's a super common feeling. Let's dig into why that is.
Okay, so let's talk about what I call the happiness trap. It's like we treat happiness as this finish line in some kind of huge race. And we spend our whole lives just running as fast as we can, totally convinced we just have to get there. We tell ourselves this little story, you know the one. If I can just get that new job, or once I buy that perfect car, or when I finally meet the one. And that's the promise, isn't it? That one thing holds the magic key. That once we get it, everything will just click into place and poof, we'll finally be happy and whole. So what happens when we actually get the thing? We get the promotion, we buy the car, and for a second, it feels amazing. But then, almost right away, our brain spots a new goal, a new desire. The finish line just moved. And so we start running again, chasing the next thing and the next thing after that. It's this completely exhausting cycle, this endless race, where the prize is always just a little further down the road. So if chasing things out in the world doesn't really work, then what's actually going on? Where is this feeling of never quite enough really coming from? It's natural. Our first instinct is to look outside of ourselves. We think, my job is making me miserable, or this whole situation is so unfair, or if only they would just change their behavior. We point our finger at the world as the source of all our problems. But what if the source of the struggle isn't out there at all? What if it's much closer to home? What if the real problem is the constant, nonstop noise happening in the room upstairs, inside our own minds? You know that voice, right? The little narrator in your head that just never ever stops talking? The one that's always worrying about the future, or judging everything in the present, or replaying things from the past? Yeah, that's the thinking mind. And boy, can it feel like it's running the whole show. So this is the really important part. The secret isn't about trying to change the world outside of you. It's about a really simple shift, a change in the direction that you're looking. I want you to imagine that all of your thoughts are like a fast-moving river. Looking out is like jumping into that river and getting swept away by the current. You get tangled up in every single worry, every desire. But looking in, well, that's like finding a nice, peaceful spot on the riverbank and just sitting there, watching all those same thoughts quietly float on by. And this leads to an absolutely life-changing realization. You are not all that noise in your head. You're not the worry, you're not the fear. You are the deep, quiet awareness that's listening to it all. You are the calm space behind all the chatter. And finding this quiet space, trust me, it's not about some complicated trick or years of meditation. It's actually way easier than you think. It's just a gentle shift in how you relate to your own mind. Think about your mind like it's a garden for a second. Every thought you have is like a little seed. Now, if you keep planting and watering seeds of worry and fear, guess what? You're going to grow a garden full of weeds. But if you gently start to turn your attention toward seeds of peace, of love, of kindness, you'll start to grow the most beautiful flowers. You are the gardener. You get to choose what you plant. And it's not all just happening up in your head. There's another kind of intelligence inside you, your heart. It has its own kind of wisdom. It's this quiet, feeling-based knowing that doesn't really speak in words, and you can learn to listen to it. So when a tough feeling shows up, like sadness or anger, what's the first thing we do? We try to push it away, right? We fight it. But fighting a feeling is like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. It's exhausting, and it just pops right back up with even more force. The real secret is to just stop fighting, to just allow the feeling to be there like a cloud passing through the sky. When you do that, you'll find it eventually just floats away on its own. When you stop chasing happiness out there and you start finding that quiet space inside, something really amazing starts to happen. You discover the happiness that was actually here with you the whole time. No, this isn't some loud, fireworks, party all the time kind of happiness. It's more like a quiet, steady warmth, a feeling of calm, a deep sense of connection to things. It's just about being fully here, right in this moment.
It's this gentle joy that comes from simply being okay with whatever is. And this, right here, is the biggest secret of them all. True happiness isn't a destination you have to struggle to reach. It's your natural state. It's the peace that is always there, just waiting for you, right underneath all that mental noise. So I'll just leave you with this one thought to chew on. What might change if you just stopped running the race? What if, for just a moment, you paused, took a deep breath, and just let that quiet happiness that's already inside you come out to play?